What's good, your 413 here back in today, and today guys, the brand new clue thread for the July car pack has just been released, and I am so excited about all these cars because honestly, there was a car that I've been asking for a very long time. I have been anticipating this car coming into a Forza game, and it's finally coming! It's a car that I did not think was going to be coming to this car pack. Absolutely had no idea until earlier today, and I cannot wait to go ahead and share with you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the clues for this week and go over the guesses that I have because I am so excited. So starting things off with clue number 1, we have It's Not Just Fast. And I'm going to go ahead and expand on this to It's Not Just Fast, it's super fast because guys, we are getting the Ferrari 812 super fast and I am so excited. This is a car that has been needed to be put into a Forza game for as long as it's been announced. I mean, it has been a long ass time since this car was actually like announced and everything, and we're finally now just getting our hands on it. In fact, you know, I thought this was actually going to be the Forza Horizon 4 cover car until the McLaren Senna was revealed, because we had the McLaren Senna leak to be coming to Forza Motorsport 7, and I figured, okay, with that done, the car is, we're not going to have the Senna as the cover car for Horizon 4. It's going to be the Ferrari, and we didn't see it then. We saw the Senna, and I'm honestly super stoked about that. But as well, I'm really excited to be seeing the Ferrari 812 finally coming to a Forza game. It is well deserved. This thing is going to be an absolute beast. As well, it was also kind of mentioned over on Forza Motorsport's Twitter page. They kind of posted a picture of it that they're going to be talking about the new 812 Superfast on July 2nd in their upcoming monthly show. But, you know, let's go ahead and move on to clue number 2. And clue number 2 reads way cooler than the first one done by Tony Hawk in 1985. Now, honestly, I can't believe I'm going to have to mention this here, but I bet you there are still some people out there who don't know who Tony Hawk is, because a lot of my audience, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of you guys are probably pretty young and didn't really grow up with Tony Hawk just being a massive celebrity in your lives, along with Bam Margera. Tony Hawk, honestly, was kind of like the cool stepdad skateboarder. Like, when I was starting skateboarding, he was still like, he was like in his 40s. It was crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. This old fart, basically, was just one of the greatest skateboarders ever. And it was awesome. It was really, really awesome. But if we go back to 1985, Tony Hawk was most known for his 900, however, though he did that in the 90s. So what comes before the 900? Well, of course, it's going to be the 720, which we are getting the McLaren 720S. Now, this car has already been leaked, or, well, not really leaked. We kind of already heard about it in the last monthly show, that the new McLaren 720S was going to be coming to Forza Motorsport 7 in the July car pack. So that is 2 new supercars, guys. Holy crap, this is like one of the best car packs so far. I mean, oh my gosh, this thing is amazing. Next up, coming in at clue number 3, we have a 4-letter acronym for completely awesome. Now this one kind of was like, I don't really know, because I started reading a 4-letter acronym, and if you read that backwards, that's alpha. And then I saw 4 completely awesome, I'm like, 4C, is there like a 4CA or something like that? I don't know. And I kind of scrapped that one. I kind of scrapped alpha. I don't think we're going to be seeing another alpha from this clue in particular. We'll get to another one here in a little bit. But what I think we're actually going to see is we are going to see the Shelby GLHS. This is a car, honestly, we've seen this one a couple of times as a potential pop-up. But I mean, a 4-letter acronym for completely awesome. Let's go ahead and think about the acronym here. So GLH stands for Goes Like Hell. And then GLHS stands for Goes Like Hell Some More. I mean, it is absolutely crazy, guys. I mean, if that doesn't make sense for completely awesome, I don't know what does. Because GLHS, honestly, that is awesome. And some of the people here on the forums were talking about maybe it's going to be NART or maybe it's going to be IMSA. Okay, let's be honest. NART does not sound really fun. Although, I'm going to be straight up honest, it is Ferrari. I do like Ferraris. It's like the North American racing team, and it's for Ferrari. Then we have IMSA, which is the International Motorsports Association. So none of those are really completely awesome acronyms, but they are pretty important acronyms. I'll get right there. But Goes Like Hell Some More is a completely awesome acronym, and that's why I think we're going to be getting the 1987 Shelby GLHS. So then coming in at clue number 4, we have Deliverance, Army of Darkness, Gremlins, Johnny Mnemonic. I've never heard of this movie before in my life. What do they all have in common? Now this one has stumped so many people so far. Honestly, the forums are just flooded with ideas for this clue. And honestly, I have no idea either. I'll be straight up honest with you guys, I have no idea either. However, though, there is one car that can only work for one of these movies at least. And that is in Army of Darkness. There was only one car available, and that was the Oldsmobile Delta 88. Now, the reason why it is because the whole plot of Army of Darkness is a guy gets teleported back to medieval times along with his Oldsmobile Delta 88. So he's got an Oldsmobile Delta 88 and a chainsaw in medieval times. Okay. We'll just go ahead and leave it right there. So this is like the only car apparently that you see in the entire movie, at least according to the IMCDB, which I just discovered today. Holy crap, how did I not know about this? And then apparently somebody else found it to be in the Johnny Mnemonic movie. Deliverance, though, I guess came out a little too soon for this car to be in that movie. And it is in Gremlins 2, but I don't know about the actual Gremlins movie. But I am going to go ahead and still stick with the Oldsmobile Delta 88 as my choice for this car. However, though, this one is really up in the air. Another person actually suggested that, you know, oh, I looked at the guns in the movie, and they all used Winchesters, which, after I went ahead and looked at it, Gremlins did not use a Winchester, but they were saying, like, maybe it's like a clue to Supernatural and we're getting the 1967 Chevrolet Impala. I don't know, guys. I don't think that's what we're getting. In fact, I believe it is going to be the Oldsmobile Delta 88, and that's final. So next up, coming in at clue number 5, we have it is only 16.96 miles long and it has existed for more than 100 years. You should drive it. And honestly, I saw a lot of wrong guesses over on the Forza forums. A lot of people in particular were talking about the Stelvio Pass and the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. And this guess is completely wrong. Honestly, guys, if you are thinking that this is going to be the Alfa Romeo Stelvio in this one, you're just dead wrong. Straight up, going to be honest with you, because the Stelvio Pass is at best 15 miles long if you want to go ahead and talk about it in the full length of the road. Now, the most famous part's really only about 2 kilometers. You know, that's the part that really this Stelvio is actually named after. But of course, you know, the rest of it, there's like a bike race or something like that that is like 22 kilometers or about 13 miles. And then you have the whole length of the road, which is only about 15 miles. So that is something to go ahead and take into account there. But let's actually go ahead and talk about what the right guess is on this, because there is one road in particular in Washington State that is exactly 16.96 miles long. And this is Washington State Highway 904, which means, guys, that we are getting the Porsche 904-6, which is honestly a car that a lot of people have been talking about on the Forza forums, wanting to see in Forza Motorsport 7, as well as been included in a lot of other guesses in other car packs for this game. So that is something to go ahead and be aware of. Like, I mean, Forza is seeing this being like, hey, a lot of people want this car, a lot of people are guessing this car, let's go ahead and put it in. And honestly, I think that's what they're doing here. I think Forza is starting to change a little bit right now. They're kind of seeing, like, you know, hey, people are starting to complain a lot more than they used to. We need to go ahead and fix some of these issues. And honestly, I see them doing that. I really, really do. And hopefully, there aren't as many issues with Forza Horizon 4 that when that game comes out that we saw with Forza Motorsport 7. I'm really, really hoping for that. And honestly, this car pack so far is honestly amazing. So if we get the 904-6, the GLHS, the freaking 812, the 720, I mean, this is going to be an amazing car pack. But we're not completely done yet, as we still got 2 more cars to go ahead and talk about. So next up, coming in at clue number 6, we have it is a relatively compact missile. And a lot of people have been talking about this clue with the Oldsmobile Delta 88, which we used in clue number 4. And the reason why they're saying it here is because the engine in that car is known as the Rocket V8. However, though, it says a compact missile, not a compact rocket. So I'm going to go ahead and scrap this car, although it is very likely that we are going to see this car in that car pack. So just going to go ahead and keep that in mind right there. But the thing is, though, is there's a certain kind of car in car culture that is referred to as a missile. And that is the drift missiles, because these cars are absolutely insane drift cars with lots and lots of horsepower. And they're just known as missiles because they go so stinking fast. It's absolutely insane, and there's one drift missile in particular that comes to mind, and that is Ryan Turek's Toyota 4586. Now, if you guys don't know what this car is, it is a Toyota 86 with a Ferrari 458 engine in it. Absolutely insane. Now, I went ahead and talked about this car in another video, which was my Formula Drift Car Pack predictions video. Link will be down in the description below. And the thing is, though, is I really want to see that car in this car pack, and some of you guys kept pointing this out to me, and I know, the 4586 did not actually compete in Formula Drift. However, though, it's a car owned by a Formula Drift driver, so I'm kind of giving it the okay there. However, though, if we don't see it in that car pack, here's our chance to go ahead and see it in Forza Motorsport 7, and even possibly in Forza Horizon 4. I would honestly absolutely love this thing. I really want to go ahead and see it, but honestly, who knows what on earth this car could be. It could be the ultimate build. Maybe I'm wrong on clue number 4, maybe I'm wrong on clue number 6, I don't know. Usually these things I get wrong, but let's go ahead and move on to our final clue, which is clue number 7, which reads, that which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. Now the thing is, though, is that this is a specific quote from Romeo and Juliet. So of course there's a car brand that we know, Alfa Romeo, and of course they have a car that is called the Giulietta. So honestly, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I'm thinking that we are going to see an Alfa Romeo Giulietta, but what year? Because there are a couple different years that this car could actually be, and I'm thinking that we're going to see one from the 80s, because I don't think that Forza is really going to necessarily go all the way back to 1954, 1965, although they really could. I mean, that is something that is definitely possible. However, though, what I really want to see is I want to see the 1985 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Turbo Delta. I really kind of want to see this. You know, the car doesn't look half bad. It's got a relatively decent amount of horsepower. It's honestly going to be kind of interesting to see. It has a top speed of 128 miles per hour, which for a car back in the 80s, that is pretty damn fast. In fact, they have one right here, the Turbo Diesel, which only gets up to about 96. It's the slowest one out of the lineup, which, you know, diesels nowadays, they're usually a little bit faster than their gasoline counterparts, but still though, I mean, holy crap, this would be an amazing car to actually go ahead and see. However, though, there is a second guess for this car, because if you guys remember, in one of the other clues, we were talking about a certain distance, 16.96 miles, and a lot of people were guessing wrong, saying the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. This quote is from Romeo and Juliet. If we go ahead and drop the Juliet part, then we just sort of get the idea, okay, it's an Alfa Romeo. And we haven't talked about an SUV yet, which is kind of scary because every single Forza Motorsport 7 DLC so far has had an SUV or big off-road car of some kind. So honestly, I'm also going to throw this in there. This is going to be the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. We could see another kind of SUV, or maybe this is going to be the first car pack for that one. But honestly, I really feel like it's going to be more the Giulietta. It might be the 1960s version, it might be the 1980s version. And I would really love to see, though, the 1985 Turbo Delta. But if we see the Stelvio, I'm also not going to be too terribly mad, because at least that is a relatively nice SUV. We haven't got to drive it in game yet, so we don't know how it handles. But maybe it'll handle like the Maserati Levante instead of the Volvo XC90. The XC90 I really did not like. So but anyway though, that is where we're going to go and wrap it up for today. Leave a comment down below and let me know which cars you guys think are going to be in the next car pack. Of course, the first two we already know for certain that those two cars are going to be in this car pack, and I am absolutely excited about those two. And as well, if you guys want to, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Gremlins13 and Instagram.com/Gremlins13. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos come out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.